Hello, this is Derek and Drew with Bulldog Rooter. This is a video upload for job number 40499. I repeat, 40499. Today's date is October 28th, 2025, 10 a.m. on a Tuesday. We are currently 90 feet out at the end of the line. We were called out because this person's clean out in the basement was overflowing. Turns out that they had a pretty big root mass, and we needed to jet it in order to get it out. Now the line is clear, and I'm just going to start pulling back here, but before I do, I want to explain that this line does have a few bellies, and it also has some offsets. An offset is when the pipe has shifted in one way or another, so that it's not completely flush or lined up with the original set piece. So just the land shifting. So anyways, we're going to start pulling back. Once I do start pulling back, we are in 6-inch clay tile. Got an offset here. And then here's a belly. As you can see, there's an offset there, which is allowing that area to pool up. You can see how deep it is within the pipe, and this is 6-inch pipe, 6-inch clay tile. Pipe is lineable. Going to give the customer some options to either do a liner, however they will still have a belly, or we can take this whole pipe out and do a whole new one. That way they don't have any more bellies in that line. Here is another big offset. This is a massive offset and also separation of the pipe. As you can see, it's not even fully connected anymore, which is allowing this little water vortex, which is just going to slowly let that get bigger and bigger and allow roots to come in. Another offset here. Also did notice a couple of cracks within the line. Point those out later on in the video. Another offset. Another massive offset here. Looks like a bit of separation there as well. And that's a really big offset right there. That's going to allow roots to come in eventually. That's not where the roots were initially, but in due time that will be an area that is compromised. Like I said, this line is still lineable. Offset. Looks like we've got a little bit of separation here. Oh, maybe not. As you can see at the bottom of the pipe, we're starting to see dirt collecting. And we flushed this out with the jetter, so it's been built up over time. Got some rocks hanging out on the bottom of the pipe there. And you can see that we're also holding a bit of water. So we're starting to get into a bit of a belly. And here we go. Another large offset here. Lots of dirt and rocks. Still in this belly. I think the line runs flat. Fully submerged. As you can see, the water's pretty clear. The pipe doesn't look too bad, but we're in that belly. I believe we are in 4-inch pipe. I think I forgot to express the transition. It's about 20 feet, 25 feet from the end of the line. 4-inch clay tile, to be specific. As you can see, the rocks are still just holding in there. Oh, there's a crack right there. At the top of the pipe, it's a crack all the way through up until about right there, and it rounds about. Got a couple more rocks and pieces of pipe there. leaking. See all those little gaps at the bottom of the pipe and the clay tile. Another offset there. And as we've gone back, the rocks that are holding in the bottom and the dirt is getting a little bit thicker as we go back. Another chip right there. Another offset there. Now we're rolling up about where our root intrusion was, about 5 feet. Oh, nope, just right there. That's where our root intrusion was. The entire pipe was blocked off. I could only fit the camera head in there, which is about an inch. That is not an offset. That is a crack amongst the entire pipe there. You can see how it's kind of squiggly and rigid. So the roots have compromised the pipe to the point of it cracking around the entire circumference. And as you can see, there's still a belly in here. Transfer here. There's an offset and a separation right here as well, around in the corner here, and up into here. And you can see right about here is the dirt flowing in, where we have this big offset. See that dirt flowing in right there? Big offset, and we're into cast iron, in a 4-inch cast iron, which is pretty rough shape. Through here and into the indoor cleanout. That does conclude your video inspection. Thank you for choosing Old Hard Rooter.